Well, again, that's why I think this series is so important, and it kind of reminds me of Aristotle's principle of non-contradiction.
Yeah.
That anything that and
Yeah.
it cannot anything that is cannot not be.
Right.
And in this case, I think that is a great case for our faith. If God is true and if Jesus is truth, then he said he's the only way, so it cannot be any other way.
Yes.
And to try to achieve that or to talk about that as a biblical truth doesn't work at all. And that's
Yeah.
again, that's why I think this is so important.
I think you're right, Jerry. And one of the problems has been, I think, in the past that apologists in the church, that is, people who do provide evidence for the faith, maybe have been not as sensitive to what they're doing as they should be. In other words, back in the 1950s and the 1960s, apologetics or giving evidence for the faith was like lining up people against a wall and machine gunning them with facts. Well, that doesn't work anymore. I think apologetics or sharing reasons for the faith is different today. Let me go through a few real quick reasons or ways in which it's different. Number one, today it's more of a dialogue than a monologue. You want to have a conversation with people. Number two, it involves more listening than talking. We want to respect people where they're at, listen to their opinion, and respond to the questions that they have, not the questions that we have. Number three, we want to honor questions, not be offended by them. It's okay to have questions. It's even okay to have some doubts as long as people pursue answers. Next, it's important that we be less arrogant and more understanding than perhaps we have been in the past. 1 Peter 3:15 says, defend the faith with gentleness and with respect. And we have to remember that. And we have to remember it's a process. Most people don't come to faith like that. It takes time, and that's okay. We also have to understand that often the questions that people have are smoke screens. They think they have an intellectual objection, but there's psychological reasons why they don't believe. We can get into those later if you'd like. And finally, it's important to understand it's okay in a conversation with someone who's not a Christian to say, I don't know the answer to your question. You've asked a great question. I have no idea how to answer it. That's okay, as long as then we say, let's pursue answers together. Yeah. And there's so many good resources out there today to help you. You maybe read a book with your friend to help them get a resolution of the question that's holding them up in their journey toward God.